Hey there, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today. Look, if you're tuned in, you're probably already focused on truly mastering your financial future, right? Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we are completely demystifying wealth generation. We are going to talk about luck, and we're definitely not talking about some magic get-rich-quick scheme. Instead, we're zeroing in on the hard, actionable habits backed by science that fundamentally separate the rich from everyone else. These are real practices you can start using today to completely reshape your trajectory. So let's get right to it.
First up, I want you to really think about this for a second. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning, you check your bank app, and boom, there's an extra $10,000 just sitting right there. What is the very first thing you do? I mean, for a lot of folks, the absolute immediate instinct is to spend it, right? Maybe grab a brand new phone, put a down payment on a flashy car, or finally book that crazy luxury vacation you've been dreaming about. It is so easy to fall into the trap of thinking a sudden influx of cash is the ultimate fix for our financial goals. But, as we are about to see, sudden money absolutely does not equal lasting wealth. Get a load of this because this truth totally shatters that whole illusion. Over 70% of lottery winners end up completely broke within just a few short years of hitting their windfall. 70%! That's wild, right? Meanwhile, you've got millions of everyday people out there who quietly become millionaires without ever winning the lottery, without having some massive, unearned influx of cash, and honestly, sometimes without even having crazy high salaries. So what's the secret sauce? Well, it all boils down to one thing: your money habits. It's not about how much money you stumble into, it's about the systems you have in place to actually handle it. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is exactly where we are heading today. We've just covered the lottery illusion, and next up we'll walk through a clear, structured system, the foundation of wealth, defending your wealth, multiplying your income streams, and finally, mastering the wealth mindset. Stick with me through this, because that final mindset shift, it could completely change the way you think about money forever. Let's start with the absolute bedrock. Section 1 is the foundation of wealth, which covers the immediate, essential actions of saving and investing. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the total flip in priority. Look at the average earner's habit. They pay everyone else before they ever pay themselves. The paycheck comes in, they pay the bills, hit the stores, spend on entertainment and eating out, and whatever is left over, if anything is even left over, kind of gets tossed into savings. But here's the thing, if you wait until the end of the month to save, the money's usually gone. Wealthy people do the exact opposite. The second they receive income, they automatically move 20% or more straight into savings or investments. They treat their savings like a mandatory bill, no questions asked. This simple math flip, income minus savings equals spending, is our very first habit: pay yourself first. Seriously, just that one change can fundamentally transform your financial future. And that flows perfectly right into habit number 2. Make your money work for you. Look, the average mindset is that you have to physically work for your money. But the wealthy mindset, it's that your money should be out there sweating for you. Think of every single dollar you invest as an employee. When you buy stocks, ETFs, or put capital into businesses, you are literally hiring that dollar to work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even while you're fast asleep. That's the sheer power of investing. Your money has a potential to grow exponentially through compounding over time. And since time is hands down the greatest asset you'll ever have, the earlier you start putting those little employees to work, the bigger your ultimate reward is going to be. Moving right along to section 2, defending your built wealth. This is all about avoiding lifestyle inflation and mastering emotional panic. So you're making money, but how do you keep it? This brings us to habit number 3. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Picture this. You just landed a sweet raise at work. Awesome, right? But what's the first thing most people do? They upgrade their entire life. Suddenly, it's a bigger house, a newer leased car, designer clothes, the whole shebang. Their expenses inflate to perfectly match their new paycheck. But wealthy individuals play a totally different game. They often just keep living way below their means, even after a big income bump. Instead of jacking up their expenses, they pump up their investments. They view every single raise not as a green light to spend more, but as a brilliant opportunity to build their wealth even faster. And this brilliantly illustrates habit number 6, control your emotions. I know we're skipping ahead a tiny bit here, but it just fits so perfectly into playing defense with your money. Look, financial decisions should always be logical, right? Never emotional. But we're human, and our brains kind of make that difficult. When the stock market crashes, the typical gut reaction is sheer panic, which leads folks to sell off their assets at literally the worst possible time.
On the flip side, when the market is absolutely booming, people get greedy and rush in to buy at the absolute peak prices. But successful investors, they stay ice cold. Whether the market is crashing or skyrocketing, their logical reaction remains exactly the same. Follow the long-term plan. Mastering your emotions is hands down one of the biggest financial advantages you can possibly develop.
All right, Section 3, multiplying your income streams. We've built the foundation, we've set up the defenses, and now it's time to go on the offensive with your skills. Which leads us to habit number 4, learn financial skills. Here's a reality check for you. The richest folks out there simply never stop learning. They're constantly devouring books, throwing on podcasts, analyzing businesses, figuring out new investment strategies, leveling up their negotiation skills, and even digging into tax codes. Why? Because increasing your knowledge creates a direct chain reaction. More knowledge sparks new opportunities. Those opportunities naturally generate more income, and that extra income ultimately builds lasting wealth. The more financially literate you become, the sharper your decisions get. Make no mistake, your brain is your ultimate wealth-generating tool. And applying that financial education is going to lead you directly into habit number 5, build multiple income streams. Honestly, relying on just one single paycheck from one boss is deeply, deeply risky. Think about it. If that one source of income vanishes tomorrow, your whole world gets flipped upside down instantly. Highly successful people mitigate that risk by branching out. We're talking dividend investments, rental properties, launching an online business, freelancing on the side, creating digital products, starting a YouTube channel, jumping into affiliate marketing. The list goes on. Now, you definitely don't need to tackle all of these at once, but realizing that you can do some of them is crucial. Even adding just one extra little income stream can dramatically boost your financial security and put your wealth generation into overdrive.
Okay, finally, Section 4, mastering the wealth mindset. This is the ultimate shift to secure your legacy. We've covered saving, investing, defending, and expanding your money. But listen up, because none of that actually sticks without the right operating system in your head. This brings us to habit number 7, think long-term. This is the habit that changes absolutely everything. The average person looks at their bank account and asks, how can I get rich this month? But the truly successful legacy-building people, they ask themselves an entirely different question. Where will I be financially in 10 years?
So, the crucial point is this. Real wealth is built slowly, through absolute, undeniable consistency. It is rarely about massive overnight leaps. It's about the small stuff, small investments, small improvements, small automated savings, just repeated relentlessly over years and years. Adopting this long-term mindset creates extraordinary results because the biggest fortunes in the world, they were never built overnight. They were constructed block by block, one smart, boring decision at a time.
Look, building wealth doesn't require being born with a silver spoon in your mouth. It doesn't require winning the lottery, and honestly, it doesn't even require having the highest salary in the room. What it absolutely requires, as we've seen throughout this explainer, is just better financial habits. Period. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Which of these habits are you going to start today? Don't overwhelm yourself trying to do the whole shebang at once. Pick just one habit today, master it, then stack another one on top next month, and then another. Strip away all those excuses, take that very first step, and I promise you, your future self is going to thank you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me to explore this stuff today. Keep focused, keep learning, and hey, go start building.